Something hunts these mountains, shaped from myth. Formed by the spirit of the mountain man, he lives by the way he hunts. Born of the mountains, blood of the Indian, he survives by hawking and longbow. He's alone, he's free, he's forged by the elements. Journey with the last of a breed, Sasquatch, Mountain Man. Reliving the rough-hewn adventures of mountain men past, Laramy Sasquatch Miller has trekked the jagged backbone of the continent. From the Northwest Territory to Oregon country to the Buffalo Plains and prairies of the Louisiana Purchase. On the way, he's incorporated the skills and wisdom of his fur-hunting forebears and his native ancestors to sustain a vital vision of the old days in the modern world. With a single feathered shaft, he's brought down the biggest, most revered mammal on the continent. Now he reins his horse southward to the land that has seen Six Flags and the banner of the mountain men. The southern reach of the Sasquatch saga, the Republic of Texas. Night dress and armor. And armor for Sasquatch is buckskin with thrums and outside-in fur. And for Sasquatch, it matters that he traps and prepares his own hides, using a sharp blade and infinite patience to ready a plume for trade.
Well, now that I got the hide off, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flesh it all out, get all the flesh and membrane off that skin.
Critical step is treating the hide to pull out as much fats and oils that can rot the skin.
What I'm doing now is I'm gonna finish fleshing the whole thing. There's still little pieces of flesh here and there that I didn't get off the first time.
With all the flesh gone, Sasquatch soaks the skin to make it pliable.
While it's drying, I will flex that hide so that it's constantly stretching from the time it's wet until it dries. It's very, very time consuming. I might be able to wear this next year.
When next year comes, Laramy will know where to go for expertise.
You know, I could get a needle and thread and do this myself, but old Papa John's got all the machinery and he's the master at this. He taught me everything I know. You son of a gun. That's about the truth. Small antlers, cut up to make buttons. I make my own, cut them up. Looks good, huh? Like a new vest now. She's ready for a bunch more work.
Tough as his grandpa, Sasquatch's clothes take a beating, and it's no secret where or why.
Normal everyday wear and tear.
Everyday wear and tear for a Sasquatch.
I learned how to do all this stuff from my grandpa. You know, nowadays I look at it and it's a lost art. If I ever come to know half of what he's forgotten, I'll be a very educated man.
The trail of Sasquatch's education leads him south to the farthest chapter in the story of the mountain men, the Caliche Rock country of Texas. This was once forbidden Comanche land, but other tribes offered other threats. 30 sleeps north. Legendary mountain man John Coulter stands naked on a riverbank, a captive of 800 Blackfeet who've condemned him to death for the crime of trespass. Already, his trapping partner has been torn to pieces by a musket ball, arrow, tomahawk, and knife after killing one attacking brave with a futile shot. Now the Blackfeet find amusement by striking Coulter in the face with his partner's innards as they palaver over a final verdict. Their decision is at last a perverse one. Coulter shall run for his life. Now here in Texas, Laramy Miller beds down in preparation for his hunt to come for a unique species of wild sheep. 400 years ago, Texas was the center of the fur trade for the Spanish explorers. It was the first place any Europeans saw the buffalo, which the Spaniards called cows. By the time of the mountain men in the 1830s, Texas was a rich source of beaver, otter, badger, bear, deer, buffalo, and wild cattle, plus jaguar. The Spaniards found wild sheep here too, but said the country was too rough to hunt. But that's not how Sasquatch sees it.
That's pretty cool. We got Aoudad 25 yards.
Laramy Sasquatch Miller has made a jornada, a journey south to the beautiful but harsh country of the Texicans, where he means to hunt the wild sheep called the Aoudad with his hawk and rifle.
That's pretty cool. We got Aoudad 25 yards. Just a bunch of youths and kids, though. There's one young ram in there. Nothing worth the darn. Still cool, though.
You look around and all underneath these bluffs, there's big sheep trails, tons of sheep sign. A lot of it's older because in the summer they'll get under here. When it's real hot out, these bluffs will be shady, so they'll get under and bed underneath all these bluffs. Stay out of the wind and sun and rain and everything else. Pretty neat.
As tough as the Texas terrain is to walk on, it's nothing compared to the running John Coulter had to do if he was going to escape death. For the Blackfeet, the fate of captive, naked John Coulter is sealed. But first, they'll partake in some sport. Let him run. We will chase him like a wolf chases a rabbit. Coulter runs till blood spouts from his nose. The swiftest of the warriors overtakes him and thrusts his lance. Coulter wheels, grasps the shaft, and breaks off the point, killing the brave with one stab. Renewed strength carries him the 5 miles to the river, where he dives in unseen and hides in a beaver lodge till dark. That night, he escapes with his life over the snowy summits of the mountain.
As you can tell right there, these Aoudad have phenomenal eyesight. They're 800-900 yards away and picked us out quick, and off they went. It's the same kind of terrain as hunting these desert bighorns. Real rocky bluffs, kind of rolling hills, really open. It makes it tough for spot and stalk. But that's what I'm all about. I love the spot and stalk. I don't like hunting out of stands or blinds or anything like that. I'm gonna go make it a level playing field. I'm gonna go spot and stalk, and I'm gonna try to get up close and personal with these animals on the ground. That's the Sasquatch way.
Aoudad aren't the only game in Texas, and they are certainly far from the most destructive.
As you can tell right here, these hogs have been coming under the fence, and if you look, and they just tear stuff up. We're gonna set up some snares along this fence and hopefully try to catch us some hogs. Whether it's a coyote, bobcat, hogs, anything, you want to try to funnel them into a certain area. Just like any of the trapping you're doing, you're trying to focus an animal to go in that spot. Whether it be a snare, you're lining it with logs, or a beaver, putting sticks in the ground so that it funnels it right to where your trap is. And that's all that's acting as, is a funnel.
Sasquatch will return to check his hog snare, but now he wants to press on in his hunt for Aoudad.
Probably got about 40 sheep right down here in the bottom. There's one really good ram with them. They're in a pretty tough spot to get to, so I think we're gonna back out of here. We're gonna let them continue to feed up that canyon, and we might be able to circle around and get above them.
You know, one of the things I absolutely love about Texas is it's a great place to hone your skills. If you want to learn how to spot and stalk and want to try to, sneak up on animals and stuff like that, well, you've got tons of eyes looking at you, and it's fairly open, so it's a great place to learn how to stalk because you'll get opportunities all day long.
Sticking to the high ground, Laramy hopes to spot the sheep before they spot him, giving him a chance to practice his stalking skills. As if out of nowhere, there's a gift sheep right in front of Laramy, only one shot away. Sasquatch Miller, it's been a long ride on the Mountain Man Trail to the Texas Republic. And here, in this rocky, brutal land, he's just spotted a ram. In the wet and miserable weather, Laramy will try for a shot. That cap gun sound is as loud as a brass cannon to Laramy's frustrated hearing. As Sasquatch fumbles for a new percussion cap with hands that must feel like they're inside beaver mitts, Mr. Sheep avails himself of the opportunity to pull up stakes.
Had a malfunction with the muzzleloader. Powder got wet. It's soaking wet out here, real humid.
Well, as you can see, there's a little bit of a circus. Pulled the trigger on the muzzleloader and it went pop. It's been raining, wet, humid, nasty, damp. That ram just walked over the edge.
Once the ram makes the rim, it takes only a minute or two to get far across the canyon and out of hawking range, with its binocular eyes still fixed on Laramy. Sasquatch is disappointed, but he knows this is just part of the way it is in the mountain man world, and he also knows he's about to be beat by darkness.
dark. We'll give her a heck again in the morning.
Earlier in the day, Laramy set a hog snare against the possibility of taking nothing with his rifle, and now he checks it on his way in.
You caught a hog. You look, a lot of times there's a few different ways to set a snare on fences like this. You can either clip it to the bottom of the fence, or you can tie it to a bunch of logs or whatever you want to tie it to. And this hog got over here before he died, but it did the trick. Progress, one hog down, a million to go.
The bounty of Texas wildlife means that Sasquatch won't have to worry about going hungry, even if his muzzleloader fizzles out again. With the coming of daylight, Sasquatch is ready to begin his stalk for wild sheep once more.
One of the biggest problems people make when they're trying to stock up on animals or just still hunt an area is side-to-side movement. You see an animal over there, one of the easiest ways for them to pick you out is the lateral movement. They can see really good side-to-side, but their depth perception is a little off. So if you walk straight at them and keep something in between you, the two of you, they could be looking straight at you, but as long as you keep something between you and them, a lot of times you can walk right up on an animal. Go try it. Tell me how well it works. Well, we've got a bunch of sheep way down in the bottom of this canyon. I'm trying to figure out the best way to get to them. About the only way we can is we're gonna have to circle all the way around this canyon and come up from the backside and try to sneak down above them. It's gonna be a long hike, but there's a bunch of sheep down there. It's gonna be tough to get close enough to the old smoke pole. Drop like a sack of rocks.
In the Caliche Rock country of Texas, Laramy Sasquatch Miller faces the frustration of every mountain man when his rifle fails to fire in wet conditions, and he must watch his sheep get away.
This is some rugged, nasty country. I mean, I was born and raised in the Rockies, and yeah, this is the Rockies, but it's the true Rockies. There's lots of rocks around here. We've got a lot of wind, and so them sheep are going to be tucked back in these canyons, getting out of the wind. Make it tougher on us, but like I've always said, I don't mind tough. Look right there. What that is that's an aoudad wallow. And them aoudad, just like an elk or, whitetail, whatever, them aoudad will get down in there and they'll piss all over that area, and then they'll roll in. Just another way of marking their territory and, putting their scent out.
In the draw, Laramy has the sheep spotted. A big Aoudad ram can carry 30-inch horns and top 300 pounds on the hoof, and scale a sheer rock face like a spider climbing a sticky web. If only Sasquatch has kept his powder dry so his hawking will make some smoke.
Could drop like a sack of rocks.
That was a little bit of a hang fire, but it worked. You know, the tricky thing about shooting some of these old guns, flintlocks even worse, is you get a hang fire, your follow through better be dang good.
No, sir. Job's not done till the fire gets to the powder.
It's one thing to remember if you're ever shooting muzzleloader or flintlock. Hold on to your target for a little while. So we circled around and started coming down, got real close, and laid the hammer down. He dropped like a rock. Well, we definitely earned this aoudad. We had to walk 7-8 miles this morning, and this country is unforgiving. I hike the mountains all the time, and this is some of the toughest terrain to navigate just because your footing is horrible. We put our work in. It's all paid off.
Yes, paid off in a rare trophy. Here on the farthest edge of the mountain man territory, Laramy Miller's found the curls of magnificent horns. The journey of Sasquatch is far from over. Thousands of miles on the trail now carry him back to the country he knows best, the country of the elk.